Hello and welcome to Location Lifestyle Living. I'm Craig Rosevere, and what a great show we have for you today. With all our regulars, including our open home of the week, our resident tradie Rowan, blockheads Kim and Chris join us with some expert staging tips. Plus, Naomi talks plans with Olivia and also chats to Matt about some great energy-saving ideas and so much more. Well, here we are in beautiful Nelsons Bay, part of the suburb of Port Stephens, just 2 hours north of Sydney, 40 minutes from Newcastle. Joining me right now is local legend Frank Future. Frank, tell me about your journey and how you ended up in such a beautiful place.
Well, I actually came here to be a caretaker of a lighthouse, believe it or not.
Wow.
But of course, that's a dying occupation these days. So I decided I wasn't going back to Sydney. Great spot to live. How do I get a job? So I basically built Imagine 23 years ago, and we kicked off whale watching in Port Stephens.
So you do a lot in the conservation area and protection of whales. How did that start? How did you get into that?
Well, Greenpeace approached me and they said, look, fair's fair, you're making money out of watching whales. We seem to be the ones that are doing all the heavy lifting around whale conservation in Australia. Why don't you join with us and let's travel the world and lobby at the IWC meetings. The International Whaling Commission met every year. And so I went around with them, and we sort of appealed to countries to endorse whale watching as the only legitimate commercial operation around whales. And over the years, we seemed to get some success because people realised that whales were worth more alive than dead.
What's the impressions when they get off the bus, they've come up from Sydney or elsewhere, they come to this beautiful place? Like, you see that every day.
Even in Australia today, most people live in cities. And so when they're going away on holiday, they want to see something different. So more and more people are wanting to see things like dolphins and whales and seabirds and clean water and clean beaches and unspoilt natural beauty. And I think Port Stephens emphasises that natural assets.
And so what are some of the favourite things that you like to do around this area, Frank?
We've got some of the best bushwalks anywhere in New South Wales. The coastal walk from Tomaree down the coastline, where you can just, I think 23 kilometres of walks where you can see whales travelling along the coastline as you're walking.
I'm pretty excited to be going out and watching some of the whales. How do you know where to find these whales?
Well, years ago when we first started, when there weren't too many whales, I think there were about 1,800 whales back in 1995, but now we've got 30,000 whales. They're not too hard to find. It's the same way as the old whalers, looking for that blow, and then off we go. So years ago, I'd be halfway to Newcastle before we found a whale, but now we seldom get past the lighthouse. It's so many whales, so it's just fantastic.
Well, I'm very excited, and it's great to be in such a beautiful area, Port Stephens, Nelsons Bay. Can't wait to get out there and check out those whales.
Let's go whaling.
Feels like you're mine, I'm yours, so fine like paradise. I watch the sand off the shore.
We have been whale watching in Hawaii and in California, and this was by far the best whale watching we've ever seen.
Are you renovating, looking to renovate, or would just love to plan up your dream renovation? If so, I have the perfect app for you. The Rapid Reno Mate. I mean, it has absolutely everything you need. Everything from pricing up your renovations, organising your trades, and running your entire renovation, as well as tips, tricks, and all the inspiration you need along the way. So if you're wanting to renovate the smarter way, jump on board and download the Rapid Reno Mate from the App Store or Google Play today. And stay with us because we have much more in store after the break on Location Lifestyle Living.